Hi, I'm Sandhya. In this video, we will see how you can test Interact's APIs via Postman, and we'll also see how you can then set up an automatic WhatsApp notification for your users. You can find our API documentation at Interact.ai's Resource Center. There are two APIs available, the User Track API and the Event Track API. With the User Track API, you can create a new user and insert their traits to your Interact dashboard. With the Event Track API, you can record any events for that user in your Interact dashboard. The difference between user and event trait APIs is that for the same user trait, if you send a new value, it will replace the current value. In case of event traits, since events work in a timeline manner, sending the same event doesn't replace the previous event. Instead, it adds another event for the user. Now let's test the APIs via Postman. You can go to your account's developer settings and find a link to the Postman collection here. In Postman, you can click on Run in Postman, after which you'll be taken to your workspace. Now let's test the User Track API and add a new user to our Interact dashboard. In the headers, you will find the content type specified as application JSON. You will also need to provide the authorization details. To find your API key, just go to your account's developer settings, copy the secret key, and you can then paste it in place of this variable here. The body, it is mandatory to either mention the user ID or the phone number with country code. These are unique identifiers for the user. The user ID, phone number, and country code cannot be changed for a user later. We would recommend you to assign your database's ID as user ID, since database IDs generally never change. You can also send traits like name, email ID, PIN code, device type used, etc. The trait value may be of string, numbers, boolean, list, or datetime type. Giving a created at trait is optional. If you don't provide the trait, we will automatically take the server time for this event. Now let's add this user to the Interact dashboard. So we've got a successful response here. Let's now go to the Interact dashboard and check if this user was indeed added to our account. We can see here that the user did indeed get added. The user traits are now all visible in the personal details card. Let's also see if these user traits have appeared in the filter list. We see that the device type used trait has indeed been included in the filter list. You can now filter your user list using this trait. We see that there is one user who matches the device type used as iPad. Now let's see how you can update a trait value or add a new trait value. To update a trait value, we can simply change the value here. Let's add a new trait value, age. Then let's click on send. Again, we get a successful response here. Details page here. We see that the email ID has been updated and the age has been updated as 15 here. Now let's add an event to our user with the Track Events API. In the Event Track API, you again need to provide your authorization details. In the body, you need to identify the user by specifying the user ID or the phone number with country code. The event name could be anything relevant to the particular user action. Here we specify the event name as product added to cart. Further, you can specify event properties like product name, quantity, price, currency, etc. Now let's click on send. So we get a successful response here. Let's go and check out this event for the user on our Interact dashboard. We see that the event has indeed appeared here for the user. Moreover, the event properties are also visible. Let's also see if these events have appeared in the filter list or not. We see that the product added to cart event has indeed been included in the filter list. We can now filter our user list using the properties of this event. So let's filter by the event property product name, and let's set the filter condition as product name has any value. Here we get 3 users who match these exact filter conditions. Great. So now let's see how we could set up an automatic notification for any user who has added a product to cart. We need to go to the notifications page and click here on new campaign. Let's give a name for our campaign. Here the selected campaign type should be ongoing. Ongoing campaigns are sent to users regularly based on some trigger events. Now let's set the trigger event for this campaign as the event product added to cart with the condition that the event property product name has any value. Next, we specify a template for this campaign. Here we can map the event properties like product name in the template. So now let's send an event and see if we get the automatic WhatsApp notification under the campaign that we have just set. This time we choose an event in which the product name is shirt and the price is specified as 2500. So as you see, the event has been created successfully. If we go to our user, the event has indeed appeared for the user here. The event with product name as shirt and the price is 2500. And if I go to my WhatsApp, the notification has indeed appeared as soon as I send that event. So once you've incorporated these API calls in the code for your website or app, you can easily send automatic notifications to your customers on WhatsApp and thereby transform your customer communication.